Hey everybody. Hey guys. Welcome tonight. I'm really trying to get this lighting system correct. Let me see. Maybe if I turn my light off. Oh, that is so much better. I'm glad I did that. But and it is midnight, so this is a great time. I just want to jump on just briefly to kind of talk to you guys about BX3 Beauty X Solutions, and the vision behind that. You know what I mean, and also our wellness wigs. What's the vision behind all of that? Why am I, talking about it every single day? Because I think it's something worth talking about literally every single day. So I wanted to jump on at midnight, literally, because I know half of you all are in the bed. And so, and I wanted to share with you guys my passion and also my vision behind beauty solutions and what it's all about. First of all, my name is Tanisha Bibbs. I'm the CEO of BEAUTi X Solutions and also the Wellness Wigs. I'm an entrepreneur, speaker, and beauty coach. I've been doing this literally for very long time. I've been in the beauty industry over 25 years. I'm also a trichologist and also a cosmetologist educator. And I am excited because, the last couple of years, it's been over 10 years literally that I've been talking about like really having my own line. I just didn't specifically know what I wanted to do because at the time I was not even a trichologist at that time. I more so was just doing hair in a salon and I wanted to create something. And I knew I was a creator. So I created Destiny Cosmetics. Destiny Cosmetics is a makeup company, makeup line. We have anywhere from skincare to eyeshadows, lashes, everything. And so, a couple years ago, I had decided to pretty much put that on the back burner for a while because when you start your own business, and especially a product business, it just costs literally everything you have. You have to put money into it. And I understand that certain things you can do, what is it? They call it certain things you can do online where you can have the product sitting online, the picture sitting online, and then you can actually, or drop shipment. Some of those items you can do drop shipment with like hair, like wigs and those type of things. But when it comes to certain products like cosmetics, those kind of things you really can't do drop shipment with because you're being charged every time you're hot stamping, every time, your shipment is being charged. So it makes sense to have already an inventory, in that. And I'm also going to tell you like my pivotal moment of what really made me want to launch. Okay. So when it came to Destiny Cosmetics, I put that on the back burner. I went into prayer. I wanted to ask God, what is it that, I really needed to do at that moment? Although I had a passion, I was doing makeup, all of that. My passion really was hair loss. It was just creating something for people that are losing their hair and they didn't have answers, but also all of the programs and the protocols and going to the dermatologist and all that stuff adds up. It's very cost effective. Like a lot of people just didn't have the money to go and pay $1,200 and $1,500 and $2,500 for for the protocols, for the going to the visit and, having a trichologist use their pro scope to look at the hair and all that kind of stuff. A lot of times people just don't have the money. They'll pay the $75 for the consultation. But after that, it's like once I hear the answer, what next? So what I decided to do, and then to have clients that you would cry, literally cry. I mean, guys, I'm talking about like boohoo crying tears. They were tired and it just touched my heart. It really did. And I realized that my calling, this is what my calling was. You know what I mean? I was called to help them with answers, and I was called to help them. I'm not a beautician that just send people to, a doctor and say, oh, you go deal with it. No, I am a risk taker. I look at situations and I say, let's go, let's look at it. Let's see what's going on with it. And then let's move forward, and a lot of times, the answer isn't just communicating. they have maybe a lack of knowledge because no one really ever told them about the hair loss and how they can actually grow their hair back. And so sometimes they think if they take medication that their hair can grow back, when in all the medication is not really the issue. It is the fact that your diet is poor. You don't even eat right. You don't exercise. You're stressed. You have a lot of issues going on at home. You know what I mean? So my job is not to, my job is to deal with literally non-scarring alopecia, and anything other than that. I have a relationship with dermatologists to send them on to the dermatologist. But it's not just for people who are going through hair loss. It's just for people overall that just want healthy hair. They want to grow that hair. They want to keep that hair growing. So one of the pivotal moments in my life, I was in, and this was this year, literally I was at the Epic conference, and I was creating a product. I was so excited because I had just put the product out. Now, what happened was over about 2.5, maybe longer than that, I have been developing products. So I've been in my kitchen. I've been, creating conditioners and shampoos and all of that. And it was my sister that literally was like, T, you've been doing this for a minute now. Go push it out there. Do a trial run. All of my sisters, they know all about this stuff because they've had their own company, own business. One of my sister, she is the CEO of Natural Life company. I have another sister who is a medical esthetician and nail technician, and they've been doing this well over 20 years. And so they were like, T, you already are in this thing. And so, push your product out there. Well, I was really scared to do that because I was like, I don't know, if it's going to work. So I put a couple people I gave them a trial run, and I put them into this trial run, and we noticed the hair was starting to grow. And then I got a couple of customers that invested in the restoration program, which comes with the cap and so forth. And they wanted to do this at home. And I did a, hair analysis. I went over there. We used the Pro Scope and all this kind of stuff. I went to them, and they were sold on it. They was like, oh my God, I want to use this stuff on my hair. So we started working on that, and then I decided, you know what, Tanisha, use your products, okay? Stop being scary. Use your products. So I started using my products on them, and I noticed, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. My daughter and I had issues with this thing. Like, my daughter's hair would shed. It was brittle. It was just so much going on with her hair. My hair used to come out in globs, and believe it or not, I never told anybody about it because I was like, people gonna think you're a beautician. How is your hair coming out? Well, I was stressed. I had a lot of things going on in my life. I didn't realize, because sometimes you can be going and going and going and don't realize that you're really stressed. And so I started having my own history with this thing. And I've noticed this was happening for months and months and months, till I started creating my own line, started creating my own hair mask, and started taking my own multivitamins and really doing the research on that. I didn't just get up overnight and just say, okay, I'm going to do this. No, this has been in the making for quite a long time, like well over 10 years. And so decided to develop the product, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go with the company. This is one of the biggest, I'm not going to say the biggest mistake. These are the learning lessons that you take or that you deal with while you're going through the process of developing your product. The first thing about developing a product is you have to know what your target market, your target audience is. What message are you trying to convey? And that's what I had to do. I had to understand that my whole entire life dealt around, beauty and hair loss and those type of things. So I had to create something. I just didn't know what that was at the time, but I knew I was going to create something. So a couple years ago, I went to the EPI conference. Okay. And when I went to the EPI conference, it was an amazing conference. Okay. Last year, excuse me. This one that just passed, I'm talking about the year before that one. when I went to the Epic conference, which is given or every year done by Ebony Porter EK, I went to the Epic conference and I had a literally stand before people who do this all the time, and they were able to give me strategy and able to, help me with my brand and my business. And at the time I was doing wigs. And so right at the conference, we were just, when I tell you, it is when the Bible says there is safety in the multitude of counsel. And when I tell y'all, it is not just going to church and getting counsel. I'm telling you, when you have people that have walked in their brands, they make $1 million, they've done this thing. It pays so much just to listen and to just take heed and do what they're saying to do. So I went on and I started to look into wellness, to the wigs. I was making the wigs at the time and I was tired. I knew I was not going to be able to sit there all day and make a wig. So after that conference, one of the message was don't produce the wigs with a company because you're going to lose money and all that. So I still really in my heart knew that I was going to find a company. I was going to find a company, and that's exactly what I did. I literally started researching. I didn't just pick anybody. I started researching, and all of that. And when I did the research, I found a company that matched what I wanted, and match, their hair, and they literally ventilate the hair. As I order the hair for the customers, they ventilate the hair. So a lot of the clients was was coming in. They had like a lot of, no hair on the top, maybe, hair like on the sides here or whatever, or no hair at all. And so I started getting into cranioprostheses, wigs, and, and all of that. But right at that conference, we came up with wellness wig. I literally came up with wellness wigs. And I was like, wow, like this is literally the wigs that actually help with everything, like your wellness, your, how do you feel about yourself? Those kind of things, right? So I didn't just want to go with anybody and just any type of hair or whatever. So I started doing the research, and that came about. I said, okay, it's not time to launch yet. I feel when it's the time to launch it. Now, at that time, I still did not have the products that I knew I was going to carry, and I didn't know what I wanted to do at that time. And so I gave it a break. I literally went on a break. I was like, you know what? Let me just focus on Behind the Beauty, and get that going. And then I'll kind of figure out after Behind the Beauty what I want to do. So I started to do a lot more research and looking into it. But then in the midst of doing the research, I began to change my diet. And I was noticing my hair was growing tremendously. Like it was just growing like almost overnight. I've never had that happen to me in over 15 years because my hair bangs will only stop to like right here. And I always have to put like a track in there to kind of add it in or whatever. And so I decided, wow, my hair actually started growing. And now it's like almost like right here, right? My bang. And so I was like, this stuff really do works. So when you're developing a product, you have to know your target market or your audience on who you are looking for. I'm looking for hair restoration, people who want that, people who want, healthy hair, strengthen their hair, and not just to, just to give them a product. It's to educate them and to help them to understand what Beauty X3 is all about. So what I started doing was I found a company and I was like, oh my God, this company is amazing. And, I'm going to use this company or whatever. But then when I started my samples came in, there was nothing like what I actually produced myself. They didn't have that. I was so nervous. I was like, you know what? This is not going to do, the same thing, but I'm going to try it out just to launch my line and get my line launched. So maybe I can use this for something else. Well, the Holy Spirit convicted me and said, that's not what the purpose of this for. So the epiphany came, to launch. I was in the process of doing all of that before this year's EPI conference. Before I went to this year's EPI conference, I had already been ready to launch. So I just did the shampoo and conditioner, and then I had the baby shampoo and all of that. And what I did was I did not, I was going to launch it the day of the conference, but then I decided to wait because I was still contemplating if I wanted to launch it yet with that. Well, I did anyway. Let me tell you what ended up happening. So by then my batch came, my batch came from, all of talking to the chemist, getting the ingredients right, making sure that everything, they were using the same stuff that I was doing. And so when I realized that I could actually pay somebody to help produce my products versus me sitting in the kitchen doing it myself, that's what I wanted to do because I didn't want to have to stand. My life just can't, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. So, and it's fun. Don't get me wrong. Initially, when I was doing it over a couple years, it was fun. It was nice developing it, putting it together and all those kinds of things. I'm so grateful because switching my life over to Alkaline helped me to understand herbs and what are herbs, what herbs help you, and what herbs are great for the body and all of this. And so when I started doing that and drinking teas and all that, my hair actually started growing, literally. And it was just amazing. I just couldn't believe it. So I'm sharing my story to just let somebody know or anybody know that when you're developing a product, you got to know, who you're going after. Are you going after people with hair loss? Are you going after just daily maintenance? Though that's important to know because, you'll be, if you're not a specialty in one area, some questions will get thrown off and you'll answer it wrong. And I think that's the biggest mistake that a lot of beauty professionals make. I'm in the industry, so I'm talking for the industry. We make the mistake because, we don't really know our target audience and we don't know where we're going. So one of the things you have to do is do that. You have to know your target audience and where the message you're trying to convey. So therefore it'll help build up your sales. It'll help build up that. Another thing that I wanted to do was I didn't want to come out with a bunch of stuff. So as you can see behind me, I have the full system. I have more than just this. I have a whole lot of other stuff. I'm just not putting it out there yet. This is the first line. I started sending my product samples to everybody, to different people, to guys, to females and things like that. Tell them to try them out. What you think? Tell me about the smell. I'm still trying to perfect the smell, that kind of stuff. And I was getting some very great reviews. And then I had another young lady who just was sending me pictures. I'm going to show you my picture of my hair. She couldn't grow her edges. And it just like, boom, edges are coming in. And then, my mom was like, hey, let me, send me some of that stuff, daughter or whatever. I sent my moms and stuff. And then I sent, people my face. So it was just, that's how it went, And so we decided to develop the line BX3. But I'm going to tell you when I woke up. I'm going to share with you when I woke up. I went to the Epic conference this year and they had Sassy Jones there. Let me tell you something. And they had Dr. Myla Bennett there. Okay. It was two things that stood out to me that I have to give credit for. Okay. One, Dr. Myla said at that conference, she said when she started off with her products and stuff like that, it was a lot of products she had started off with because that was me. I had a lot of ideas in my head. I had a lot of products I wanted to just come out with one time. And she motivated me when she said, start off with a system. And that's what I did. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start off with the system because I know it's a whole lot of other stuff, in this product, this product line that people can benefit from. But I didn't want to overwhelm everybody with the product line. So what is this? How do I use this? Do I use this for this and this and this? So that's the reason why you see I have the hair restoration system, because it is a 3-part system. Everything else is a la carte, right? So that means the shampoo, the conditioner, which is the replenish, the revive, and the restore. These are hair restoration system for non-scarring alopecia. So when you purchase the product, you get the 3 system, which is on sale at $97 right now. but the other stuff is a la carte. So I now have what's called, I'm getting ahead of myself. I do have now the sebum. This is the hair mask and follicle detox and sebum remover. This is a natural, all natural sebum remover that removes sebum. It removes, dirt. It removes all kind of stuff in the hair, on the scalp. It helps to remove the DHT as well. All of my products they remove, DHT is removed in the scalp. So that helps with, all of that. Which I'm excited. I decided to go all natural, but the pivotal moment came for me was when I was at the Epic conference, and Dr. Marla said that, and then Sassy Jones said, when she was doing her product line, everybody was pretty much using the same vendor she had, and that's what the frustration for me was, is because I was like, why would I be selling a product if everybody can get to that same product, if everybody can find the same product? It bothered me. So, and I'm being honest, it really did. And I said, no, I'm unique. I'm different. What I have literally is anointed. And I said, God, you're going to have to do, listen, I stood in my kitchen days when I had to go to work and I'm mixing up products, knowing I'm going to mix this up and something's going to happen. Something's going to break. And I just kept saying that. And excuse me. And I kept saying, Lord, something's gonna break. Hold on one second. Let me go get my water. I think my daughter brought my water. What did she do with it? There you go. I said something is going to break. So I kept developing the product. I kept, going through. My packaging changed out. My packaging changed. I don't know what's going on with my nose or whatever. I got a little stuffy. But my packaging changed. So that day when she said that she just kept seeing all of this, so she began to develop her own products. And that is what made her go over. And I was like, whoa, that motivated me so much when I heard that, because my heart was there. And as I was sitting there listening, I was developing my own product. But what was stopping me was fear of if it was going to work. Fear that, I don't want the backlash. But let me tell you something. When you begin to develop a product that you develop yourself, guess what happens? Everything comes with it. You're going to have to take it and learn from it, and learn from your mistakes, and learn from what not to do, from what to do, or whatever, right? So that's where you see BX3. So I started to make the mask, the follicle detox. This removes the buildup from the product pollution and also hard water. And it also removes the DHT. So we have like new packaging coming and everything, so you guys can see that. So this is what that does. Okay. All right. That's the BX3. This is the mask. It looks just like this. I don't know if y'all can see it. Okay. And it smells so good. I promise y'all it do. It really do. This you would use. I'm going to show and do a demonstration on how to use the mask, because what I do is I take a little bit of this mask out, put it into a applicator bowl, and take an applicator brush, and you can tip a tiny bit of spring water. Okay. Not tap water. I do spring water. So I just mix a little spring water in there and put it on the scalp, and, allow it to do, it says the mask is formulated to detoxify the scalp. It helps remove toxics and build up from the hair, and help to thicken your hair naturally. And it also removes the DHT, guys. Okay. So this is an all natural mask that we have. And then what really helped me out was when I developed this right here. Okay. This is our strengthening hair serum. I also have a restore elixir as well. So this is the serum. It comes in this 4-ounce bottle. I don't know if you guys can see that. Strengthening serum. Okay. This is with the hemp seed, jojoba, grapeseed oil, and a couple other oils that I put in there to make the actual hair, got put in there that I make the hair to actually grow. Vitamin E, hemp, hemp seed, or the cannabis, extra virgin olive oil, those types of things that comes with that. Now, also the shampoo and the conditioner, so the restore, the replenish, and we also have the revive. And this is also the leave-in. I call it the $1 million leave-in because it's exactly what it is, honey. You feel like $1 million when you put it on. It's really great for the hair. All of my products literally are made to remove the DHT, and it also has the sal pimento in it. So it will really help with that hair restoration and help restoring the hair back. Some people have more intense hair loss. So we use the low light laser therapy, which is a cap that I also carry as well in my line. You'll be able to get that cap to help to restore the hair back and a kind of overall healthiness of the hair. So, that's my passion behind why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? It really helps me to help build somebody else's life up. And I'm always loving to create something. So I started to developing those different, things. Whereas I've developed this beauty hair vitamin. I take my beauty hair vitamins every single day and it gives me energy and strength. And I love it. It also helps with my iron because I'm anemic. So it helps me with my iron all the time. I'm never, sometimes when I have I used to have a lot of headaches all the time. I don't have those headaches anymore. My levels are great. I'm good. That type of things like that. So it just don't help with, your hair growth. I believe what you put on the inside must come out. So it's going to come out and go and you're going to see it through your hair, through your pores and all that stuff. So that's why it's good to eat right, eat right, shampoo your hair every week or whatever, and work out, do walking and all those, drink some water, me personally, I'm not prying my opinion on everybody, but I love spring water. So I think spring water is the best water. So that's what I drink. So, it's absolutely amazing that I could literally help somebody's life, help somebody's self-esteem, to be able to go through the process of what they're going through. And a lot of times edges are coming out. Hey, you need BX3, Beauty X Solutions. You can go to beautyxsolutions.com. That's BEAUTI X Solutions with an S.com, and you can see pretty much everything that we have. Now, the new stuff have not been put on the website yet, which is the $1 million leave-in, and the actual mask is not on the mask is not on the website yet. So you do have the shampoo, you do have the conditioner, and you do have the strengthener as well, and then you do have the restore as well that is actually going to be on the website. The multivitamins, guys, listen. What I tell people is when you start on the restoration system, always do a detox. So I have people doing detox. Like I tell them, even if it's a 5-day detox, do a detox 10 days. And I do have the detox. I make detox capsules that you use. You take those detox, you do 2 a day, and you do that for like 5 days. You get on a really nice diet that week to release. Because when you start to take the multivitamins, you're going to put the minerals back into your body. You're going to put what you've removed, the bad stuff. You're going to put the good stuff back in your body. You're going to need that. So it's also going to help with your hair growth as well. So that's why we use the hair multivitamins, and also and I don't know, when I call it the hair multivitamin, I don't want people getting misunderstand that it's the same kind of multivitamin you can go on Walmart and get. It's totally different. My multivitamins are herb driven. What does that mean? I have to go to a holistic store. I have to order my stuff holistic, literally. Like, I don't just walk into Walmart and say, okay, I want this, or call a company and say, can you make this for me? I know exactly what's in every product that I have. And that's important for you all to know when you're building a product, is to know exactly what is in your product. We have 30,000 products, but don't know how to sell it because we don't know what's in it, because we are so, I think people would like to buy this. I want to know people like to buy that. When you stick to a minimum and you begin to work that minimum, what happens is it becomes second nature to you, so you can just sell it just like that, right? As you get that understanding and that knowledge at the part of your business, then that's when it's ready. That's when it's time to open up something else in your business. So, for instance, we have a full hair system, right? We have the shampoo, the conditioner, and we have the hair. This is the system right here. All right. So this is the system right here. This is a 3-part system right here. That's what it's called, BX3. When you literally buy this is your system. This $1 million leave-in is the actual leave-in. It's just an a la carte. So it's something that you get. Does it help grow your hair? Absolutely. You know, and then you can get the mask, the detox mask, and then you can get the multivitamins. Those are a la carte on, you know, that whole system. So you can actually have the whole line in your home and use and wearing it and using it. And, you know, I'm just excited to talk about my journey because I wanted to just get on really, guys, know your target audience and your target market. What are you selling and who are you selling it to? That's what helped me to develop this brand, because I knew that people love, when it comes to wellness, they want to have a wellness life. They want to make sure they're healthy. They're you know, taking their vitamins and all that. They can, you know, they're just healthy. So I think the hairline should represent that. And then also some of the issues that I've been having with, you know, some of the clients, the issues that some of the clients have been actually having too. I had to be able to answer those questions, because if not, then they could just run up the street and go to, you know, the regular store and just buy whatever they wanted to buy. Just be very careful, because now the stores, like when you go to your local hair store, they're starting to sell things with DHT. You know why? Because they know that, or they say, this is a DHT blocker, and it's really not a DHT blocker. They have all this other crap in there, and they're not telling you that. Read your label and see everything that's in there. One thing about the BX3 line is it's all plant-based. So every ingredient you see is going to be plant-based. And I tell people all the time, you can't look at somebody's product and the back of the product and say, oh, I know what they got in their products, I'm going to duplicate that. That may be so, but what I've learned since I've been doing this is that when it comes, that's why I say use a chemist versus a name your brand or whatever company. And I've done it, you know what I'm saying? I did this for a long time. So name your brand companies, what they do is they have one specific product and everybody can buy the product. Who wants that? It's not your own product. But when you work with a chemist, it's your stuff. You know, chemists are expensive. They're actually not. They're not. All you need is a product developer. And she doesn't have to have a license in chemistry. She just have to know exactly what what they're doing, and they need to know how to make the product smooth. They've been doing it for years. It's a lot of things to take into consideration when you're looking for somebody to help you develop something. So I would say, again, know your audience and develop a relationship with somebody you know that can really help your product. So for me, I had to do that. I had to develop a relationship. I had to call every day, see how, you know, just talk with them, make sure that they, you know, we are on one accord with the ingredients, make sure it's right, make sure it's the same ingredients, make sure everything. The only thing I ended up doing on my own was my labels. And this new packaging is having a little issues, because when I ordered the old packaging, the labels were smaller, you know what I mean? Or the bottle was smaller, so the labels is bigger. But now that my bottles are like this, then it doesn't fit as much. You know what I'm saying? So we're working on all of that to perfect that, so we can give a really great presentation of the product and what it do, you know. But again, these are the growing pains. These are the things that you go through in your business to help develop you. Nothing happens overnight, guys. Like it, and if it do happen overnight, trust me, you've been plowing for about 15 years. So, you know, it's not like, oh my God, I just became a multi-million-dollar overnight. No, you've been really working your brand. So what I would say to a person who has a product and as out of word of motivation. Keep working what you're working. Don't give up. Know what you got. You know what I mean? And don't start off with 3,000 products. And if somebody asks you to order a product, you're going to have to, a product that you're not carrying, you're going to have to know how to sell to them what you already have and teach them the benefits of this. Because somebody may say, oh, I want a hair mask, right? I already have a hair mask in my line, but they might want a specific hairline. You need to know how to upsell to them your mask and the benefits of your mask and why. Not saying that what they want is not important, but your mask is what you have in your line. You're not going to go and get them to create a whole nother mask just to satisfy one client. That's to be honest. You can't do that. If you do that, you're gonna lose your momentum with this 6 months of having your own business. Because after a while, it's gonna start to get expensive because these people charge you to do things. If if you're developing something, they charge you to do it. So everything is charged. So when you see people charging $20 for their products, that's because everything they do is charged. Everything they do is charged. From the liquid that goes in to the bottle of the containers, to the top of the containers, to the labels of the containers, everything is charged. All right. So build a relationship with your chemist so that you guys, or whoever it is you want to build a relationship with, and then start building relationships with people. I'm learning that when you begin to build a community, then it's easy for the community to buy your products because they trust you and they trust your word and they trust your judgment. Okay. And also results. Let me explain what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter what kind of business or company that you have. People need to testify about your stuff. If you, like for instance, I showed a hair picture of a before and after using my products and what I did. People were inboxing me. I want this. My hair, they were inboxing me their hair pictures and everything. My hair fell out here. What do I do? And I told them, this is what I think you can start with. And then we'll see what happens. Because at the end of the day, you can't sell people on a promise and say, oh, I promise you this is going to happen. They have to ultimately be dedicated to the 90 days. So that's why I say, I need you, if you're going to purchase the product, please guarantee me 90 days. Only 90 days. That's all I ask. I don't ask for 6 months. I don't ask for a year. I say 90 days. We take a before picture, and after that 90 days is up, we'll take another picture, and we'll see the progression. I can almost guarantee you within 2 weeks, you'll see something new. You'll see hair start growing out the follicle. Those type of things. You'll see healthier hair. You know what I mean? You won't see all of that shedding and that pulling. So give it a try. Go to beautyxsolutions.com. Just give it a try. If you're building a product, build relationships with people. That's so important to build relationships, more so than money or trying to just get the money. Build your relationship with them. And when you build your relationship with them, it's easy because they're going to send people and then their people is going to send people like that, right? Customer service is everything when it comes to your business. You're a new entrepreneur. If you're a new entrepreneur, go into my TB hair restoration page on Facebook. And I'm telling you, I give you a lot of nuggets and content. And now my YouTube channel is also public now. It was all private, but I have over 130 or 40 repurposed Periscope videos of me talking about custom wig making and wigs and all of this kind of stuff. Decided to just open it up to you all so you can get a better understanding of the whole world of hair restoration. It's so different than just hair maintenance, guys. It's not the same. People are dealing emotionally with losing hair and don't have any answers. And the answer is not always steroids. And the answer is not always doing a PRP, injection, or whatever they want to do. That's not always the answer. The answer could be very well in a low light laser therapy and investing in Beauty X Solutions. Okay. So I just want to jump on. I am sleepy, but I want to jump on really briefly. I didn't want to hold you guys long because it is getting late and I have, some orders that I have to finish out. I was going to try to do them in the morning, but I'm going to do them tonight and get those done. So if you have any questions about hair loss, hair strengthening, please inbox me. I don't mind answering any questions. I love to answer questions. I really do. I just love to hear what's on your mind when it comes to hair loss. Some people may think that their hair loss question, I'm not going to ask that question because, no, ask the question. You know what I mean? You never know what the answer will be. So I'm going to jump off now because I don't want to keep rambling. Thank you guys so much for participating on tonight. If you want to be, purchase your VX, I also have samples online. You can also go and order your samples there. They have the shampoo, conditioner, and the elixir. And I think it's the multivitamin. And I want to say it's something else in there. I think it may be the hair mask. I don't know. But it's a whole system that you could actually sample if you don't want to purchase the entire kit as yet, but you just want to kind of see what it can do. Go to online at Beauty X Solutions with an S and order your sample kit. So I'm going to jump off now. Thank you again for coming on. For those of you, I greatly appreciate you so much. And it is late, so get some rest. I got to get up for church in the morning. I love you guys and have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed morning.